We're in conversation with Mr. Rajiv Chhabra, who's the president and MD of MG Motors India. It's really nice, pleasure to talk to you. Tell us a little bit about how you want India to perceive the MG brand to begin with, because it's not really a known brand and India really has to get to recognize this brand to start off with.
No, Renuka, thanks to give me this opportunity to talk to you. And you're right, people in India don't know MG. MG, though it's a 94-year-old British brand and iconic brand of its time. But as far as India is concerned, for most of the people it's new. Though, by the way, as you know, more than 300 vintage cars are there of MG, MG fame. But now we need to start a fresh and new innings. So without getting into too many words and marketing cliches, I would say that we will try to exceed the expectations of consumers, or whatever expectations they have from us, and we are going to make sure that on all the pillars of our proposition, like product side, consumer experience side, and product assurance side, we try to do something better than what normally consumers expect in India. Our first car is going to be a SUV C segment, and it's dimensions wise it's really big, and hopefully we are able to provide the kind of comfort, the kind of performance, and the features and the overall package to consumer, which is I hope relevant and relevant to the Indian consumer's taste.
So for our consumers, what would you say is the key strength of the MG brand? You know, there are some that say performance, some that say innovation. So what would you term as the key strength for the MG
So
brand?
we were talking, we will talk about innovation, technology. We will try to surprise positively, hopefully, the market. We will try to give certain features and technology which are not there in the segment and the country right now. Also package in terms of the other features, also in terms of assurances on the cost of ownership. The whole thing hopefully will be compelling and best in segment.
So tell us now a little bit, the plant is in Halol. How far is that gone? How ready are you for production? When can everybody expect the first vehicle?
So we took the plant in September 17 last year. It has been more than a year right now. We are on schedule, slightly ahead of schedule, I would say, so that's a good news. And right now we are revamping the whole thing. We are getting a vendor park there, so that's a new thing for that plant. We are getting a new press shop. We have even renovated the admin building, so the plant looks absolutely new. I think you have been to our plant many years back, so when you come to this time, I'm sure you will find this a completely new plant. So we are getting ready. Our launch is on schedule, which we have been saying in first half next year we should do it. So a lot of action happening, and not only on the plant front, but also we are getting into the dealerships, recruiting new dealers. So we are on time.
And can you tell us a little bit about how many dealers you'll begin with across the country and what buyers can expect? Because visibility and touch points is really important.
Yeah. So here again, one of the points which I want to say here, that if you look at the whole car ownership experience and car delivery, everybody can talk theoretically about, okay, we want to be the best, or that's how we want to deliver. But detail is in execution. So I think this is what I would like to do in our company, that our culture is such that we are able to deliver it and execute it what we are saying, and we walk the talk. So coming to dealers, our philosophy is very simple, that we will have very less number of dealers, but good quality dealers who can grow with us. But in terms of touch points, in terms of access to consumer, to the workshop and showrooms, touch points will be many. So as an example, our target right now is that we will have not more than 40-45 dealers in the country, but we will have 100 touch points in terms of workshops and showroom and experience centers to start with. And even after 5 years, I would like to say that we don't want to increase this number from 40-45 to maybe 50 or 60. but the touch points can be 500.
So basically, each dealer will get a larger area.
Huge area to operate, profitability, viability, the discounting, all those things are very important, and dealers will grow, their families will grow, so they can grow with us. So I think we are going to have a very different kind of a philosophy than some of the other OEMs in the market.
So tell me, these 100 touch points to begin with, they will all have service. So it'll be sales to service.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Not 100 touch points.
Okay.
The workshops probably maybe 60, 65 in phase one. We are also thinking of some startup solution for augmenting this workshop network, but details are being chalked out, so I can't say it right now. And likewise, we will have almost 70, 80 touch points on the showroom side and experience side.
All right. Coming to the product, I mean, 2019 and then 2020, we've got new regulations coming into India. BS6 is just around the corner. So when you're launching a product this close to it, do you see yourself being BS6 ready? And I mean, can the engines, be BS6 ready? Is that
that's a good question, and that's the challenge of launching it 1 year before BS6. So either you have a choice, you transfer everything to BS6, but then you get delayed to market, or you do it before. So the short answer is yes, our engines will be BS6 ready right from the day one, but the calibration and everything will be as per the fuel available, which is BS4 at the time of launch. But in terms of our readiness, in terms of technology, in terms of like our calibration capability, everything will be there right from the day one.
And we can expect both diesel and petrol.
In this segment, I think in that size, diesel is very important still in our market. So yes, we should have diesel and petrol both.
All right. And coming to safety, which everybody's talking about, everybody wants to know, because now we're going to have NCAP safety regulations in India as well coming in. So will the cars, what can you promise your customers on safety as far as the cars are concerned? What kind of ratings do would we expect from your cars?
I would say it with great confidence and complete clarity on this issue, that our cars are going to be the safest cars on the road. As per, we are in China right now, we are in Shanghai, so as per Chinese CNCAP norms, most of our cars are 5-star. So in India also, as per BNCAP, we are targeting 5-star rating. Only thing is still there are some regulation issues on speed, 56 kilometers or 64 kilometers per hour, and the government has to decide that, but we are getting ready for the highest speed, and it should be a 5-star rating on our top cars. Yeah. So it will be one of the safest cars in the segment for sure.
So are we expecting to see 5-seaters, 7-seater? I mean, what can the market expect?
Renuka, too many details right now, but we will try to satisfy all the segments within that.
All right. So basically, we can expect to see it grow along the way.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
we'll launch at a certain pace and with certain specifications, and we'll grow.
Yeah. And do you expect, it'll be very difficult to initially just completely fill up the plant and the production capacity. So are there any plans to export the car out of India, or any plans to, fill the production capacity otherwise?
I think our initially we are going to focus on the Indian market and the neighboring countries, which are not that big size markets. And as you know, that we announced yesterday about our second car also, which is the EV, pure EV. So we are going to start with these two products. In fact, as we speak, we are about to finalize even our third product. That's too early again to talk about that, but we have already announced 2 products, right? Even third, we should be finalizing very soon. So these 3 products should be able to take care of our existing capacity of Halol plant, which is 80,000 to 90,000 units per year. So that investment already we have announced and committed, which is close to $500 million, or let's say 2,000 crores of rupees. But overall planning wise, we are planning 5,000 crore investment in the first 5 years. But phase 1 we have just committed to around 2,000 crores. So we are spending that money, and hopefully by the end of next year we should be through.
So when you talk about EV, are we then going to see like a completely different? Is it also going to be SUV, sedan, or are you going to remain in the SUV segment? Has MG decided?
Initially, the first 2 products what we have announced are both going to be SUV, and the second car EV also is going to be an SUV. And there again, because still it's there is no pure EV. There are not many pure EV cars in our country as of now. So hopefully we should be able to take the leadership in that space, and SAIC is.
With infrastructure being such a barrier in India still, do you think the market is ready, and how are you going to address that, or are you going to help with infrastructure?
It's not ready, as we all know, but somebody has to start. And then I think infrastructure and the cars, car demands and the car availability, I think everything will grow together. In our typical country, as we know, so everything happens simultaneously. It's not that first you develop infrastructure and then come. So somebody has to take the lead. Luckily, we have that strength, we have that portfolio, and we definitely want to fulfill the government requirement also. And that's the future anyway, that's the trend. So when we have this leadership, why not try to do that in India also? So hopefully.
You also have a shared car EV, platform that you have successfully launched here in China, and bringing something like that to India, which is the need of the hour, I think, in all our cities, would also help infrastructure in cities, because that would mean you setting up charging points for your EV cars. So is that, would you look at it as a combined package, and would you look at doing maybe both simultaneously?
Stay tuned. Within few months, we should be telling you something.
Right.
Right.
All right. Thank you so much for
Thanks,
taking the time to
Renuka.
talk.
Take
This
care.
was a pleasure.
Nice
Thank you.
talking to you.